I got it. Good evening. We are here. We are here. Welcome to another episode of Eat Sleep Sixes podcast. I am BG. I got my brothers 215, the sports guy, aka Carl, in the building. I got my Sixers fan for life, aka Jose, in the building. And guess what? It's time to take that Texas two step. Time to take on the Dallas Mavericks. What are you guys thinking about tonight before you get into it? Let me just run off the starting lineup for the Philadelphia 76ers tonight.
Let's
We
do it.
have Tyrese Maxey, Seth Curry, who was listed as day to day, but it looked like he's a go. Joel Embiid, Tobias Harris, Matisse Thybulle, Shake Milton, Furkan Korkmaz, and some other guy is still on the injury report. What do you think about that starting lineup? What do you think about tonight's game, fellas?
Um, first of all, there's some feedback. Who got their phone on, man?
You know it's always Carl. Why would you every time we
First,
got a
before I get into the Dallas Mavericks, the internet is on fire with this rumor. I'm gonna still stay in my believe it when I see it mode. So before I give you an authentic reaction, then I got to see the whole thing happen. Other than that, I'm gonna just give you. I'm gonna just give it to you like what it is, because that's all it is. It's a rumor right now. So
the thing that's not a rumor about it is I don't think this is a rumor. The fact that the the Nets are thinking about the trade. That's not a rumor. The rumor portion of it is who it's going to be. I
right,
think the Nets are legitimately thinking, "Hey, we don't mind. We'll listen to calls about Harden, and you know we've been listening to calls about Ben 2-5. I got to put a quarter in the jar. We've been listening to offers about 2-5 for quite some time now. So I
I
agree
believe.
with you, though, Jose. Until Woj says something,
yeah. Like I ain't trying to get too hyped, but I just want to talk about it just a little bit because the internet is buzzing. So here's the thing: you don't really know who it is. Everything is pointing at Harden, but suppose it's Kyrie
Hmm.
because you really don't know.
Hmm. Hmm.
Because
okay,
you,
okay.
Hmm.
I
He
mean,
say he
I
saved
wasn't
that
ready.
for on
finish.
air. He
I
saved
wasn't ready
that
for
for
that.
on
I
air right
wasn't ready
there.
for you to say that.
Ooh.
Now,
So
because you
hold
said
on,
that, who would
because
you rather? Who would you
all
rather
right,
have?
no, but it's just a rumor, right? It's a rumor, so no one really knows 100%. Like 3 weeks ago, this man was on the radio talking about some is less likely than likely. Um, trying to spin us, and but here we go now talking about some. They're getting desperate, and he about to make a move. Okay, so nobody has really said anything on the net side of it on who it's going to be. So we already know that Kyrie don't want to play in the stadium because of the mandate, right? So he's only playing away games.
Hmm.
Could it be Kyrie or could it
Man,
be Harden?
I
What do you
wasn't ready.
think?
I
If
was not
whatever
ready for
your
that question.
opinions are, throw them Jones in the chat. Let's hear what y'all got to say about that. I'm going to go ahead and spin this around the table in here though. In the
Listen,
meantime,
I'm gonna tell you right now. If I had to choose between the two, I'm going to choose between the one who's been there before, with the championship pedigree, with the big shots in finals games, Kyrie Irving. And from my understanding, he will be allowed to play in the Sixers stadium.
That's
Uh,
100%.
hold on. Pause that 1 second. Would you take Kyrie Irving, who without LeBron James never won nothing,
mhm, mhm.
over a former MVP?
Yep, yep. Simply because he's not doing it by himself here. He has an MVP here already. And all he will be asked to do is what he did in Cleveland, and that's be his Robin. He doesn't have to be Batman.
That's the beautiful part about it.
He can be Robin. And he's shown when he's Robin, he can show a little bit of Batman here and there when
But,
need be.
but,
Woo,
but,
you got my
but,
blood boiling with that, Jose.
but, but, I got to throw a but in there. If it was for Kyrie and not James Harden, where does that leave Tyrese Maxey? Tyrese Maxey and Kyrie Irving can't play on the floor at the same time in
I'm
the
gonna tell you how
playoffs. In
this
the
goes.
playoffs, in the regular season, yes.
I'm gonna tell you how this goes. Bet you they slide Maxi over to the 2. Bet it.
No, Kyrie will play the 2 before Maxey. That's what it is in Brooklyn right now. James Harden is considered
The
the
point
point
guard.
guard. Yeah, he's considered the point guard. When they decided to join
I
up,
know Brooklyn's
Kyrie straight up said, "Hey, James Harden, you could be the point guard." But I
Okay,
just don't see Kyrie and Tyrese Maxey being on the court at the same time in a
that's what I'm
playoff
saying.
series. In
That
a
that that's a
playoff series,
small ass guard lineup right there. You know what I mean? And they would have to, stagger their minutes possibly so they can both get an adequate amount of minutes. Maxi can do what he does with 24 minutes a game. And
My thing is, you seen the speed of Maxi. Does it really matter? He don't blow past whoever it is, however tall they are.
but on the defensive end, will he
real,
get abused
Yeah, I mean,
on
real
that
quick,
end?
real quick. I want to address one of our loyal followers, Ronald. See, the thing is, Ron, is because you don't want to give up anything more than Ben. I understand why you don't. But every other GM is thinking I'm not just taking Ben because of what Ben's state is right now. So no matter what, there will never be. I don't think there's a chance. There is a 99%. I take it back. You got to go the lower half. There's a 0.1% chance that it'll just be Ben for another player. No GM in a right mind would just take him right now because of his status right now. He isn't playing. He isn't around. So therefore, it is 100% going to be Matisse Thybulle, Tyrese Maxey, or any type to money right because nobody's taking Ben straight up for another guy.
and he's
So
making a
so
bad name for himself, doing all the finger pointing, all the blame game, and all like
All
people
the
are
third
looking at like, yo,
all the third party tweeting
you
and
don't think that
conversations and
they're
stuff.
not taking this under consideration? They're not sweeping this part of this debacle under the rug. They looking
Nah,
at this closely as well.
nah.
They looking at this, bro. What kind of teammate are you to sit there and regardless, man, listen, I don't
this
care what anybody
this is
say.
this is
If
the
you
trade I'm
stunk
scared
it
of.
up, if you stunk it up, you stunk it up. And you should be told that you stunk it up. Period.
Taylor, this is the trade that I'm scared of. I do not want to lose Curry. I know Curry's a liability on defense. I don't want to lose Curry. I'd rather us get a two guard, James Harden, and put Curry on the bench and be the best six man in the NBA. To me, he would be the best six man in the NBA if
Absolutely.
he's the six man.
Absolutely.
Please, Daryl Morey, if you're listening, please. The only person I know we said the only untouchable pieces is Embiid and Maxi, but I really don't want to lose Curry. I really don't want to lose because I've been a fan of this team when we had no shooters. When we had no shooters, and I don't like it. We have to have that guy. We cannot lose Curry.
I mean,
Please, Korkmaz, just take him. We'll give you
uh,
Korkmaz. Please
but
take
here's what I'm saying. We're trying to throw away scraps as if other teams don't see that they're scraps. They know who Korkmaz is. So with that being said, let me post this trade to y'all. And I know money wise, it probably will be shaky. We'll have to take a few more pieces from the Nets, but Ben, Tobias Harris for Harden, and maybe another role player from over there.
It
You want
can't
to add
happen.
Cork
It
Miles
can't.
into that?
It
Give
can't
me
happen.
that favor.
Y'all got to think. No. Real quick, Jose. I'm sorry to cut you off. You got to think money. That's 66.
This is what
That's
I'm
60.
saying.
That's $67 million. They
Man,
can't give us. They can't take both of those big contracts and give us one big contract and a role player.
What
It
I
would
say
have
by
to be more.
when I mean by a role player, yes, he a role player by sense because they're superstars over there, but with a sizable contract. You know,
Brooklyn
they
doesn't have any sizable contracts. That's the only thing. Because they top loaded Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, they don't have any sizable contracts. That's the only thing. We can't do it with Brooklyn with both of those pieces. We can't give up both of those pieces to Brooklyn unless they gave us two big pieces, and they just don't have the people that's on the table don't have big contracts aside from James Harden. So
I
I
think
get what you're saying. I would love that too, Carl. But I do know the money has to make sense, and the money don't make sense for Tobias and Ben for one star and role player.
and a three team deal will make sense.
Now that
In
we
a
didn't
three
talk about
team
yet.
deal, it would make sense. And I think when you're dealing with sizable contracts like this, you almost kind of have to get a third team involved to absorb some contract from here to there. So it's heating up, baby. It's heating up. The stove is hot. The hot comb is on it. You
I'm just
know,
happy. I'm just happy that the storyline has gone off of the craziness for the last 2 days. We've been talking about two. Well, the internet has been talking about 2-5. I'm glad that the new talk is what are the Sixers about to add to make themselves a championship contender. So that's all I'm happy about, man.
See,
We got
man,
6 days left.
we can't move the needle one notch, right?
Look at
We
Daryl
need
Morey
more.
Jr. up here.
We
Go
need
ahead.
more than 2 notches, man. We need more than 3 notches. Like we can't make a trade because just to satisfy everybody's likes and dislikes, and then we get bounced off the playoffs in the second round again. Like, what part of the game is that?
Yeah.
Uh,
Tell her.
Real
Tell her.
quick, keep talking for a second, but Jesse Nichols, could you please look up Joe Harris's numbers for me? Put it in the chat. I just want to know. I honestly don't
He
know.
definitely has a
So
Husky
please,
contract.
can you please look it up real quick and tell me what his numbers are? Because if it's right, I'm not saying that. Hey, what BG said is gold. I'm just saying I don't know if they have sizable contracts over there that they can move in this situation. So please, if you could look up Joe Harris's contract and put it in the chat.
I just don't see a world where Tobias Harris and James Harden is in the same lineup. You know, it's a defensive catastrophe. They both are very slow-footed ball players on the defensive side of the ball. So, you know, on top of that, you know, it's an opportunity to get rid of a mistake contract that we gave Tobias Harris, you know, and unload some of that. Maybe bring on a guy that has one more year on his contract. So
Well,
we'll be free of that money.
that's what we're gonna be doing already because James Harden has
He has a player option at the end of
right
the year.
now on his contract, but I think
He
he
has
would
a player
resign.
option.
I think he would resign with us.
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. But it depends on 17 million, Luke Smith is saying. So that's enough. 17 million.
Appreciate you, Luke.
Yeah, 4 years, 75 million. Damn, I thought we gave Tobias a bad contract. Jesus. 4 years, 75 million for that guy.
He's a specialist. He's a specialist, though, Carl. You pay a specialist that type of money. 4 for 75. That's what you pay a specialist.
It don't look like he's specializing in a lot right now. They sliding down the.
He hurt. He hurt.
Okay.
He
Okay.
hurt. Yeah.
Okay. Let me find out you a low key Brooklyn fan. You know.
I'm a basketball fan, bro, and you know that. You, Carl, you know me. When it comes to sports, I don't just talk about my Sixers. I talk about everybody with the overall perception that my Sixers gonna win a championship soon.
Now, Jose opened it up with a banger, man.
He killed me with that.
I never thought, what if it's all smoke and mirrors? What if the deal is really for Kyrie and Ben Simmons? Two disgruntled ball players. You know, two players that miss significant amount of games and time for different reasons, but they miss time. So, you know, and the rules are much different here in Philly than they are in Brooklyn for Kyrie right now. So that would work for Kyrie, but I think it would be a nightmare for Mr. Simmons. He goes from one Philadelphia media market to a New York media market, and they will destroy him. Day one, opening press conference, he will be crying. You think he DMing Shaq? He would have to DM like 10, 15 reporters out there for asking key questions. He don't like the pressure, man. So I don't think trading him to any big city, you know, will bode well for him. You know, he doesn't like being criticized, critiqued. He wants to be babied. He wants to be bowed down to. This was a report from Ramona. She said, you know, the only way they see Ben coming back to the Sixers is if we're bowing down, praising him to death. Who's doing that right now?
Can I get a second?
Get a second.
Why the comment at the bottom of the screen? Taylor, who is this guy you talking about? When the last time you seen him play that makes you believe he would thrive anywhere? Anywhere. Forget Brooklyn. What have you seen that makes you think he would thrive anywhere? Oh, I know what you think. See, the thing is, for somebody who was drafted number one, you think you're telling me that thriving for him is averaging 12, 8, and 8.
I mean, he was happy with that when he was here. Taylor was happy
12,
with those
8,
numbers.
8 is what thriving is for Ben Simmons. So if he's gonna go do 12, 8, and 8 in Brooklyn, bye-bye. Come on, man. You tripping. Like that thrive word, I don't know if Ben Simmons might be the first player in NBA history to be drafted in a lottery that doesn't have a ceiling. How do you not have a ceiling? Everybody has a ceiling.
Bro, you can't even say he's surrounded by two guys, bro. One guy only want to play when it's road games.
Right.
Well, he only can play when it's road
Right.
games.
Right.
He only could play when it's road games. So you can't count that. That's
pressure,
1.5. Get your math right.
The pressure will be on even more for the fact that when Kyrie is not playing, if that's the case, when he is not playing, they will be looking for 2-5.
Watch this.
To ball even more.
Watch this. Here we go. Scenario. Everybody just dream about it. Second round of the playoffs. Philadelphia Sixers versus Brooklyn Nets. Game 1, Game 2, Game 3, Game 4, Game 5, Game 6. Damn, but the Brooklyn Nets have a better record, and they have home field advantage. They have home court advantage. Game 7, Kyrie's not there. Do you think in your right mind that Kevin Durant and Ben Simmons, along with role players, are beating Joel Embiid, James Harden, and our role players? I'm waiting, Taylor.
Negative Ghost Rider.
I'm waiting. Like, come on, bro. Like, you keep talking about all this thriving stuff as if Brooklyn is looking great. Brooklyn looks trash right now. And that's why I love my boy Berg Harrell. Shout out my OG. He says it all the time. Which one of these East Coast teams you think on paper is better than us? And don't just tell me a name. We're a better team than
all of them.
I'm sitting here thinking even the teams above us, I like us over.
We're better than Miami.
And that's cool. And that's with $33 million playing Fortnite.
Yeah. So with that being said, we're at a special time of the night. Jose, if you can hit them with what time of the night it is, that would be lovely. You know, we started this segment for you betting guys out there, you FanDuel enthusiasts, you know, and it is BG segment.
For BG over and under.
All right, guys. Again, I'm going with 3 different over-unders. I went high with the big fella last game, and I said 39. I'm gonna lower it for him tonight, and we're gonna go with Embiid with 35 points. Over/under. I'll let Carl start because I know Jose got to think.
You know, the big guy let me down last game with that, man. You know, but I was a little bit too aggressive.
You said 50.
Yeah, I said a 50 piece. I was thinking of McDonald's when they used to have them back in the day with the extra barbecues. But that's a whole nother thing. I'm gonna say over. I think Embiid is the MVP of the league, and he's not gonna have a lot of games where he suffers in the first quarter like he did last game. So I'm gonna have to say over, BJ.
Jose, what you think? 35 points over under for Joel Embiid.
I'm going to go over.
I like it. I'm going to go over as well. I think Embiid is going to show up big against, like, when I think about Dallas's bigs, I don't think anybody has a shot. Powell, Porzingis is out. I don't know how they're going to handle Embiid tonight. I can see Embiid having a crazy night tonight. So I'm going to go with the over as well. Before we continue, obviously y'all see our fourth co-host Jen is not here. Jen will be submitting her over and unders to try to catch up to the big dogs that's on the screen right now. So the second over under is my favorite over under to do. We've done this at least 3 times. At least 3 times this season. We've done this over under, so I want to do it again because I love this over under because I love what Embiid brings to the post and how he's been passing. So we average 11 threes per game. I'm going to up that number to 12. The over under for tonight is 12 made threes for the team. Jose, what say you?
What happens if they hit 12 again?
If they hit 12, then you lost. We don't do even money on this show. No even money. So if they hit exactly 12, if they hit 12, you got the under. That's under.
All right. I'm gonna go under.
You thought about that real hard.
No, I just wanted to know.
So that means he think it's gonna be 12. Carl, what you say?
you hearing? It really all depends on, you know, is this a good hip and back night for Curry? You know, is he rejuvenated? Is he back from those injuries? I'm gonna have to say, yeah, he had a game off. I'm hoping he had some therapy. And I can't count on guys like Court Maz and things of that sort no more. That's going to heavily rely on Curry having a hell of a game from 3-point land, and I think he does that tonight.
I went under, didn't I? That's what I said, right?
You went under. You went under. I'm gonna actually go over tonight. I feel like Curry is due. I've said Curry is due for about 3 games now. Well, all of the games that he was questionable and he wound up playing, I said he was due, and he didn't give it to me. But I love what I'm getting from Danny Green lately. Lately from 3. Not saying overall, but what I've been getting from Danny Green lately from 3, from Tobias from 3, and I think Seth is just due. So I'm gonna take the slightly over. I think we make exactly 13. I can't see us making much more than that. So the third over under tonight is 3 games in a row for Mad Max having 20 points or more. 3 games in a row. So the number is 19 for Tyrese Maxey against. He obviously won't be guarding Luka. He'll probably be guarding Brunson and who else they guards? Who they other point guard? I forget. But we going with 19 points for Maxey. Over under. Carl, you first.
Over. You think Maxie don't hear the noise up there about Harden and all of this stuff? You think he don't feel some type of way? You gonna smoke him tonight?
So you saying over?
Over.
Carl, but before you go, Jose, Carl went over.
Well, wait,
That's how I'm feeling.
I was daydreaming a little bit. What was that last over?
Over.
19 points. 19 points for Tyrese Maxey. Over or under? Because this will be his 3rd straight game of 20 points if you take the over.
Hey, Ant, don't go against the grain, bruh. You'll see.
This is tough.
Mm-hmm.
19 points, huh?
19.
Oh, Mama Fuller being specific with her over and unders. I see you, Mama. She being specific.
I think I don't know what's gotten into this kid lately, so I'm just gonna have to go over.
Absolutely, Jose.
Jose, you going over?
Smart.
Yeah.
Man.
Okay. I don't like that Carl went over, and I went over. So I'm going under so I can take the lead in first place of our over under segment. So
you can drop to second place.
You know what they say when you count chickens before they hatch, right, Pop?
You understand?
You know the saying, right?
I can't even count.
Yeah, you need to put that trophy down because you ain't winning yet.
I mean, I've been the only person solidly. I've never been in last place. That's all I'm gonna say. Everybody's been in last place but me.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. You know what I'm saying? So stay on that horse, Pop.
I'm gonna take the under. I actually think Tobias Harris is our second best player tonight. I actually think Tobias Harris is our second best player tonight. And I think Maxey has a solid game. I could see Maxey having 11 assists. I'm not putting it as over under, but I can see him having that type of game.
Yeah.
I feel like Toby gonna stink it up tonight. This is gonna be
no Chinese cuppings tonight.
Yeah, no cuppings tonight.
Turn the game on. He gotta have the cups on.
No, listen.
Let me look at it.
I just strongly feel that he's gonna give us a dud tonight. The points are gonna come from the young fellas, man.
All right.
Yeah.
Before we close out, man, I want to get Carl.
I want to see some Isaiah Joe too. He came shooting lights out last game, man.
Sir. Yes,
I want to see some Isaiah Joe. Please put him out there today, Doc.
Before we get out of here, I want to hear what you guys' key to victory is tonight. What is the keys for the Philadelphia 76ers getting off this 1-game losing streak? Because it's a streak, because we lost. So
I got the keys. I got the keys. You know, I ain't got the fancy smancy music yet like BG, but it's coming. This is the segment when we.
Well, I sent the letter to DJ Khaled. I'm waiting on the response, Pop.
You the best, Jose. You the best.
Who?
So, we the best. So with that being said, my key to victory tonight is ball movement. Are we stagnant? Are we playing one-on-one ball? Or are we making the extra pass tonight? You know, are we sharing the ball?
Hey, mama.
And getting good shots tonight. So my key to the game is ball movement. Ball movement.
Jose?
Keys to the game gonna be definitely defense. Because is Luka playing? Luka playing, right?
Luka is playing. Only key players not playing for Dallas is Tim Hardaway Jr. and Kristaps Porzingis.
Yeah, they're gonna have to put the clamps on this kid. You know, he can go off at any given time.
Yes, he can.
I'm sure you guys seen the highlights the past 2 seasons, 3 seasons. Let me say that 3 seasons. This kid, he can ball. He can ball. So I'm going with defense.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna go with a stat that I don't like that we lose very often, and that's rebounds, man. I think we got to control the glass, control the pace of the game. I've picked this key to the game quite often because I don't like when we lose it. I would love for us to win the rebound category by like 8 rebounds. I would love for us to win fast break points by like 10 points. So I'm gonna go with rebounding and controlling the pace as the keys to the game tonight because we can't have a guy who can have 10 points, 10 rebounds off the bench. Another guy who averages 12 and some change in our starting lineup and then lose the rebounding category. Put your butt on somebody. And matter of fact, is what time is it? Oh
Pause.
yeah. The kids is asleep. Put your ass on somebody and box out, man. My high school coach used to curse us out whenever put your ass on somebody and box out.
Put a body on somebody.
After you get the rebound, we run.
Most
So
definitely.
I'm gonna go with rebounding and controlling the pace because the to me, my second favorite player in the NBA is Luka Doncic, and the one thing he's good at is controlling the pace of the game.
Yep.
We can't
Yep.
let him control the pace of the game. The Philadelphia 76ers need to control the pace of the game. So those are my keys tonight for
Okay.
this game.
Thank you for your keys, gentlemen. Look to the top right-hand side of the screen. You'll see we are on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, Snapchat. We all around the board. Any social media platform you on, we on. Look us up, check us out, and we rely on word of mouth advertisement. So we need you to do what?
Don't forget to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend.
Real quick. I'm gonna give everybody in the chat about 10 seconds to reply. The plan was us to not do a post game tonight because it's gonna end really late. So we might not give y'all a post game tonight. If I can get 3 people right now to say post game show in the chat, I don't care if it's just me, because old man Jose might be asleep, Carl might be asleep.
What you talking about, Willis?
If I can get
If
I get 3 people in the chat right now in the next 20 seconds to say they want a post game, we will be here. At least I know I'll be here for the show. So we didn't plan on giving y'all one because it's a late one tonight. It's a late one tonight. So
gonna be 1 in the morning, BG.
yeah. Look, I'm in Texas, so therefore it'll be 12.
Okay.
My boy Luke said he want one. God,
Luke
dog.
is saying
That's
he
one.
want one.
That's one. That's only one. I
We
said I
need
need
2
3.
more.
I said I need
Need
3
2 more.
before we close out.
And
See,
said he'll be asleep.
OG Ant said he gonna be in his third dream, Pop.
I don't want Ant missing the show, man. You know what I mean? Ant been here every show. Mama saying no. She said, "Don't forget to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend." That's what
She said she want a post game. You better read. Reading is fundamental, Carl.
That's 2.
I
I read what I wanted to read.
That's 2. That's 2. All right. Oh, he just gonna call my phone. He just
cool, Luke. Cool. You know what I mean? Hey, BG, give him your number.
There's 14 people in here. Somebody want to see a post game show? Write it on the chat. You gonna get what you asked for.
I promise you that. We do this for the not just the Sixers fans, because we understand some of our watchers aren't Sixers fans. They just support either myself, either Jose, either Carl, either Jen, or they just flat out support.
And say he gonna be in his dream.
So you got your 3 ball, BG.
Carl,
you got your 3
Carl.
ball.
You don't have to be here. Jose, you don't have to be here.
Ryan, I see you at post game, bro.
Say less.
You got me messed up. You got me messed. I wanted to say what I really wanted to say, but even though the kids are asleep, I'm gonna keep it clean. You got me messed up.
All right, so we'll be here for a post.
See you on Sunday, Carl.
See you on Sunday. See you on Sunday, Carl. Hey, man. Sixers, Mavs. Right now, Be locked in. Be here after the game for at least 30 minutes. We're going just because we're doing a post game don't mean we're gonna cut it short. Be here for at least 30 minutes. We will be
Yo,
here
we
to give
gonna
our
come
content.
on here and smack you with the song, if anything.
Oh, the song coming. The
Yeah,
song
big
coming.
Big
Because we
facts.
about to beat these Mavs. Let's go Sixers.
Let's
See
go.
y'all after the game.
Peace.
Let's go.